Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Jacqueline Jimenez. Jacqueline is the business owner at Newsworthy Stories. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, welcome.
Thank you so much, Siddique. So glad to be here.
Likewise, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
Well, I am a television news producer and a specialist in as a media consultant and news coverage specifically. I am the author of How to Get Television News Coverage. It's easier than you might think. And what I do is I teach people how to identify news stories where you live, work, volunteer, and worship. And so how does that happen? Well, for me, I grew up and my father was a great storyteller, so much so that he wrote a book called Story Number 876 because he loved to tell stories. My mother is an incessant news person. She watches news all the time. And also we traveled a lot when I was young because my father was in the military. And also I want to always mention, I come from a family of helpers. And so all of that comes together, that using the media to help others is where I am right now. And so that's what I do. I use the media to help people in the community and help businesses collaborate to help the people that they serve.
What are the top three mistakes to avoid?
I would tell you first to do your research. And whatever you're doing, however you're going about it, do your research. Otherwise, you are going to make mistakes. The other thing I would suggest is that I'm so sorry. I did forget it.
That's okay. Let's move on to the number three. We can come back to number two later.
No, I wrote it down, and when we started talking about everything else, I left it alone.
Okay.
And I knew
Okay.
I wrote those specifically down for a reason because I knew
you have it. You can
I
look at
have it, but it's not on this screen for whatever
Let
reason.
me move on to the next question. We can come back to this question later.
All right, we'll do that one. Sorry about that.
Okay. What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
One of the things that I did was when you're very successful and people are always promoting you, lifting you up, and they take you to this platform. And if you're not ready to live up to that platform, you're gonna make a big mistake. You're gonna fall. And so I would say that greatest failure for me was not telling people, hey, I understand what you're saying, but that's not really what I'm doing right now. I'm not there yet. And so what I had to do was kind of tear myself down, make myself more vulnerable, and allow myself to be built up in a way that allowed me to make mistakes and be okay with it. And so I would recommend that to you is if you've got people around you going, oh, you're so great, you're so perfect, you're so wonderful, well, you're going to fall because you're going to fail them. And if you think that, if you consider that a failure, then that's what you're going to do. And so allow yourself a level of mistakes. Allow the same grace that you give to other people. People make mistakes around you all the time. You don't beat them over the head, right? Well, some of you do, but I don't. And so, so allow yourself to make mistakes, but to a level, where that you're understanding that you're building, and that if you're trying something new, well, you're likely to make a mistake and it's okay.
What are your top three success secrets that others can model from?
I will tell you that for me, when you are a faith-based person, that you allow yourself to be who you really are. I think you can't be anybody else. Be as effective as you are in your job, in your faith, because and even in news, when I finally was able to just be myself and not worry about what level or, is somebody going to talk about me because I'm praying over my food, I went ahead and I was just stronger and in what I did. And it actually led to the peak of my career, which was producing a public affairs show, which is all community, and field producing for a nonprofit that actually worked out of a news station. And so I was able to actually do what I wanted to do at going back to that helping others because I was who I was. So that would be my number one. The other thing I would tell you is that love what you do, go to the things that you really enjoy and focus on them. Work hard to share that because people will see it and then they'll be inspired by you. They'll want to have what you have. I'm sure that might even be in your success secrets, to really love and enjoy life because it is infectious. And also just be diligent, work with integrity, be the kind of business person you would want someone, you would, when you go to do business, you want to be able to trust the person you're doing business with. When you're getting a product, you want a product that's going to last. So whatever service you're offering, serve somebody else. And that's my secret. My secret is that I serve others. I do it because I enjoy serving. I'm that helper. I always go back to it. That's what I grew up doing. My family was like in those commercials. Sometimes they were like, "You're too helpful," in the commercial. Well, that was my dad. That was my family. We were constantly helping, whether we were being asked, someone backing up. Oh, hold on, let me jump in. But that's who we are, and that's fine. And I'm good with that, with helping others. In fact, most of my life and all the other aspects of my life outside of business, helping others is just something I do.
You're welcome to add a bonus if you like to. One more success secret there's as a bonus you like to?
My Siddique, my secret success, my secret sauce is God. that he just is. And if you want me to say something or be something else, I'm not. That's just not who I am. Mm-hmm. And if it weren't for him, everything I do is related to him. So you can put in what you want, but for me, God is my secret sauce. He is the first person I meet with every morning. Mm-hmm. And, I prayed about who you are, prayed about this, I pray over everything. Mm-hmm. So for me, that is my secret sauce. You want to know what works? To me, that relationship works the most.
Understood. If you allow me, I'm going to go back to my question. What are the top 3 mistakes to avoid?
Then you're going to give me 2 seconds and let me pull it up. So I can, because they were things that I actually wrote down.
Yeah, we are live, so people are watching.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought you were editing. I had the.
We go live every time. Yeah.
Okay, then, guys. Well, I want to give you the exact things that I wanted to share with you. If you just give me 2 more seconds, if I can find it. No. Here we go. There we go. Don't ask permission. Make a statement in a way that's leading to the answer you want. Expect a yes. So many times we're constantly, do you mind if I do this? Do you mind if I do that? Ask for what you want in a way that you expect a yes and lead into that question where you expect a yes, okay? Analyze your options, but don't overthink them. Those are the things, because I used to digress and, did I say it right? Did I do it right? Don't digress. Don't overthink it. Just analyze your options. And then again, I said the first one, which was do your research. So see, I went back for that for a reason. Somebody needed that. Okay. What else you have?
You like to add a bonus? That's okay.
No, I think I'm good. Okay. If I think of one, I'll let you know.
Okay, wonderful. We are about to move into a lightning round. That means quick question and quick answer. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What are you grateful for today?
God, family, and being teachable.
How young are you?
54.
Jacqueline, you are not 54. You are 18 years old with 36 years experience.
Ah, I see.
What you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be the master generator of service. I want to be a person who can, oh, this is lightning round, in a way that you can, I want to generate service to others and then share it in a story format.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
Pray.
Can you repeat it? Because I didn't hear the word.
No, prayer. I'm always, that's me. That's where I go.
How do you start your day?
Thanks. In a meeting, reading inspirational devotionals.
What is the advice you will give to a younger yourself?
You know, not being afraid to do the right thing, no matter what people say around you, no matter what pressures are around you. If you know what's right, do it. You'll always win. The truth will never fail you. The truth will never fail you.
Once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
I don't. I laughed at that one. I do not try to convince my significant other about my generating idea. I just do it, and then I let him know what I did.
What is the impactful book you have read and what did you learn from it?
Well, right now I am in this mastermind called Think and Grow Rich. And the mastermind is Ann McNeil is leading it. She's awesome. You can look her up. She calls herself the Master Builder. And she's actually in this book as well. And what I like about it is it really is making you focus on the thing that you want. You want to bring it to your forefront of your mind. And the more you think about it and the more you analyze how you want to accomplish it and see it, in your mind, that's what it's teaching. It's teaching you how to bring those thoughts, the successes that you plan to make, and put them into action in your mind. So the more you're focusing on it, then the more you're going to apply to it.
Wonderful. I understand that you are the author of the book. Can I see your book and why somebody should read your own book?
Okay, so I kind of put this one in here. It's kind of in a little thing. I should have grabbed the real book, but this was my first book that I received, and so I have it framed. And it's How to Get Television News Coverage. It's Easier Than You Might Think by Jacqueline Jimenez. That's me. And what I do is I teach people how to identify news stories where they live, work, volunteer, and worship. But the book actually tells you how to get what you'll need to get local or national news coverage. It tells you what elements that producers are looking for, because if your story is teasable, then it's less likely to die if there's breaking news. It also tells you how to write press releases, when not to send a press release, just the insider knowledge. I've worked for ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox affiliates, and I've been a producer and written documentaries, profiles, commercials, corporate videos, and then been in radio. I actually started in radio. I was an on-air announcer. So all those things, all those elements are in that book in a way that will show you how to get your news coverage. And it's actually something you can read in 40 minutes. It's designed to be read quickly and referred to on a regular basis. So I recommend it on
Thank
that.
you. It's a lightning round. Let's be reminded we have only a few minutes left. Why being impactful is important to you?
It's purposeful. It's what life is for. It's what you're created for, to impact others.
Who is your mentor and what's the impact?
My mentor is Dr. George McRae. He is a pastor, but from years back, and he taught me how to treat others the same, whether you were in a high level position or you were a homeless person off the street. He treated everyone the same. He had a lot of politicians, but he also had a lot of homeless in his church, and I learned that from watching what he did.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Integrity. I want to be.
Who is your ideal client?
People who want to impact the world through the services that they do.
How can we support you?
You can support me by telling others about what I do with newsworthystory.com. Send them to www.newsworthystory, even though my company is Newsworthy Stories. my website is newsworthystory.com. Send me to that website.
We are
That'll
about
be a good place.
we are about to wrap up. I'd like to have a few words about your today's guest experience on the show. And here's my question: what would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
It was fun. It was interesting. And I'd like to, I'm actually intrigued by what you do, Siddique. I'm looking forward to our conversation so I can learn more about you.
What would you say as a final word?
There is, my book says so. It says, there is a story in your service. There are news stories all around you, and they are very easy to share. And most people won't share them because they don't understand what stories are actually newsworthy, what newsrooms consider newsworthy. Just look around you. There are news stories all around you, and share it with the newsroom.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline, for sharing your wisdom with us today. On the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team, we really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having me.